Welcome to Cat Chat, brought to you by Bengals, alongside Sean Kelly. I'm Pete Francis. And Sean, the hockey season came to an unfortunate end on Sunday with a heartbreaking loss to Bowling Green.
That's right, Pete. Sunday's game was really, it culminated the weekend for the Wildcats. It was Friday night. They started off the weekend great with a 6-3 win. They got 2 goals from Stefan Vigier, a goal from Tyler Grant, his first action in over 2 weeks. Eric Higbee, he had a great freshman season. He scored, and Brian Nugent also scored. NMU had 21 shots in the first period, which is very unlike this team. They really applied the offensive pressure Friday night, and Floric added an empty net goal to seal the deal late for the 6-3 win. Saturday, however, the wheels really came off as NMU failed to score. They lost 2-0. Hammond, the goalie from Bowling Green, he really turned the weekend around starting on Saturday night as he had 29 saves on 29 shots for NMU. Reid Ellingson had 18 saves. He played very well Saturday night, but the Wildcats couldn't get anything on the board. Now Sunday, as we talked about, Bowling Green started the scoring late in the second period with about 1:25 to go. Summonson scored. NMU responded midway through the third period with a goal from Andrew Chernichin, assisted from Scott McCauley. That would be your score till the second overtime. Now, last time the Cats were in the second overtime, their season was ended in the NCAA tournament last year, 24 seconds in. This year, they lasted 10 more seconds. It's 34 seconds in. Bowling Green would score a goal from Bryce Williamson, and that would end the Cats season this year.
Yeah, well, we caught up with Coach Kyle and some of the team after the game. Here's the video.
I have to give Bowling Green credit. I mean, if we're not going to score, you're not going to win, and I think that's one of the things that's plagued us all year. I thought we had a number of grade A opportunities tonight that we should have put in and we didn't, and they hung around and we turned the puck over in overtime. And the first goal they scored, Gregor Hansen gets hurt on the play, comes off the ice, we're a man short in our zone, and they score the next play, the overtime goal. We had a guy turn it over and they were able to take advantage of it.
I think we worked hard. We dominated some of the play, and they worked hard coming back at us, and it's a hard-fought battle, and a couple bounces this way, a couple bounces their way. I mean, it could have changed, but got to give it credit to Bowling Green there. They played well there, and best of luck to them on the next series.
I mean, season-ending loss, any way it comes, is just as hard. I mean, you don't want the season ever to end. We had a great group of guys, great group of seniors, and we'd have liked to extend our season a little bit further than we did.
We've been a team, I think we've talked about it before, where we need something good to happen. We don't always initiate. When we finally scored, I thought that got the ball rolling for us, and I think that that's something we're going to have to grow through and in the future, and the guys that are back are going to have to learn from this and move forward.
I mean, you just got to regroup and look at who you have coming back, and work hard in the off season. Motivation, and you can find motivation in anything, and hopefully we can use that.
It was a real good senior class. These guys came through. They're good students. They're good people. I thought Jared Brown had his best game of the year tonight. It was a huge thing for us, and he had a number of great chances and wasn't able to score. But we're real proud to have had him, and they're great people, and they'll move forward.
Tough way to end the season, Sean. What stood out to you from the play this weekend?
Well, anytime you lose in double overtime, it's got to be really heartbreaking. What stood out this weekend, I think, from the standpoint of Bowling Green at least, their goaltender, he really turned it around. He really stole the series for the Bowling Green Falcons. On the side of the Wildcats, they had some great play from the younger players here in the final weekend as Higbee and Vigier stepped up big. Their defense really solidified itself late in the season. They had a great weekend on defense, and Reid Ellingson did turn in a good weekend. He's coming back as a senior next season. So the Wildcats, while they lost in the first round, got upset by a number 11 seed. They put the wheels in motion for a return to a 20-win season next year, I think.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll hand out awards. Stay with us. Attention Wildcat fans! Vango's, the longest-running pizza parlor in Marquette, is a proud supporter of Cat Chat. Located on 3rd Street, Vangos is your neighborhood bar and restaurant with takeout and delivery. Open 7 days a week, Vangos specializes in only the freshest ingredients. From the dough to the pizza sauce made from scratch, Vangos uses the freshest vegetables for all pizzas, soups, salads, and specials, and has the best homemade food in town. Vangos, come taste the difference.
I just saved $44 on 3 of my family's medications with the MKS Prescription Saving Card.
Stop into your nearby Snyder Drug and start saving with the MKS Prescription Savings Plan.
Hey Wildcat fans, for the latest news, updates, and online exclusives, check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/NMUCatChat. Welcome back, Sean. It's time to hand out some awards. Now, let's start with the MVP. Who do you have there?
Well, for MVP, my preseason pick was actually Reid Ellingson, who did play very well. He had some great stretches, but now the postseason, I give the MVP to Tyler Grahn. He really stepped up his production as last year he had 10 goals. This year he almost doubled it. He ended up with 17 plus 1 in the playoffs, 15 assists, and this was missing the final 2 weeks of the regular season with a lower body injury. He was really firing on all cylinders, and most of the offense ran through Tyler Grahn this year.
Now, I assume Grahn is going to be your Offensive Player of the Year as well?
That's right. He is my offensive player, and a bit of gloating here. I did pick him to be Offensive Player of the Year at the preseason awards, so I feel that was right on target. He really did step it up and move the Cats forward.
All right. How about Defensive Player of the Year?
My Defensive Player of the Year is Scott McCauley. He was a player that was really under the radar last year. He had right around 10 assists for the season last year. This year, well, he did improve his defensive play. He also added 17 assists and 1 goal. It was a great improvement for the sophomore, and only look for more next year.
How about the most improved player?
My most improved player this year is going to be, it's actually a freshman defenseman, Wade Epp, as he missed the first game of the year and the first 2 games of the year, and also the exhibition game. He made his debut at Michigan Tech, and from that point on, he really solidified the defense. He's really tall. He's over 6'5". He's a great defenseman, great at blocking shots, great at forcing play to the outside. And when he stepped in, the defense really molded into what it can become next season. And once again, I only look for him to improve along with McCauley.
All right, Sean, who's your unsung hero?
My unsung hero is the captain, senior Phil Fox. He had a great season this year. 11 goals, 7 assists, and his leadership was unbelievable. He really stepped up, and he really epitomizes what it is to be a Wildcat for this hockey team. And he is going to be missed on the ice and also in the locker room for next season.
All right, Sean, any final thoughts on the season?
Well, Pete, with the Wildcat season ending last year in double overtime to St. Cloud State in the NCAA tournament, and the departures of Mark Olver and Eric Gustafson, there are a lot of question marks with this team this year. And also with the goaltending of Reid Ellingson coming in as his first full year. I think those questions were answered. The Wildcats, they finished 6th in the regular season, and up until the last weekend, they're really in a tight battle for 4th place and home ice in the second round. So that really tells you a lot. There is a lot of promise with this team. A lot of players are coming back next year. There's going to be some good leadership coming up, as there is some good leaders as sophomores and juniors. You're returning Floric, Chernichin, and Grahn, your leading scorers in the season. And, you know, the sky's the limit for this team next year, and I expect them to fight for home ice, and I really expect them to return to a 20-win season and be in position for the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, let's hope for a bounce-back year. All right, that's going to wrap up this week's edition of the show. Tune in again next week for Cat Chat, the finale. Tyler Grahn will be our guest. You will not want to miss that. For Sean Kelly, I'm Pete Francis. Until next time, go Cats.